I was around 4 at the time, in an old house in the middle of nowhere. I was an upbeat person who hated something that made no sense to me, a trait typical for children in my opinion. This is why, on one late night in my childhood home, a particular nightmare scarred me for months to come. The only part one seemed to remember is as follows: I sat alone in my dark bedroom, the window to the side indicating that it was late at night. I stared at the open door at the foot of my bed, angled to the left and opening out to a grim yet lit hallway. I reached to my side to a small area between the wall and the side of my bed, looking for something to mess with, before finding a strange old photo deep down in the random trash. I pulled it out. It seemed to be from an old Polaroid camera. I can't remember how long I stared at that photo, but it's engraved in my head. The old photo was of a zoomed-out scene on a desert road. It looked to be late afternoon, the sky and clouds a dark orange along with the surroundings. No sun was in sight. On the left end of the road was a small bus, akin to a hippie van, that was gray, white, and a very dull blue. But whatever the hell was on the right side of the road was what terrified me. On the right side of the road sat a huge tall oval that took up a lot of the right side of the photo. It looked like an eye almost, with the inside being pitch black, surrounded in a large white ring. It sat there, menacingly, as if looking deep into my being. After that I couldn't look at ovals or circles for a while without freaking out. I saw that hellish oval everywhere, in picture books, TV shows, drawings, anything with a circle was unbearable. This dragged on for what felt like months, until finally I was able to suppress it in the back of my mind and move on, until recently, that is. For confirmation, our school puts art projects from our art class in large glass display cases on the walls in the hallway. So one day I was walking to my next class when I saw the display case and decided to take a look, as I typically did. It was a doodle for Google competition. I looked with content at all of the neat designs varying in artistic ability. And then I stopped dead in my tracks. One of the entries was a design that included multiple Polaroid photos around the Google logo, pictures of both scenic landscapes and people. But one of them was exactly like the one in my dream, the large eye and the dark landscape, as well as a car at the start of the road. Everything from the surroundings to the giant eyeball. It was all the same. This troubled me so much that it haunted me for weeks. It was all I could think about. So, of course, I decided to talk to one of my friends to see if she had any comments. Then she relayed to me something that shocked me to my core. She had the exact same dream. Well, not exactly. She was about 5, laying in her bed, when she looked over to her dresser. Behind it she saw a sparkling shape, and she had reached for it, as any curious child would do. As she pulled it out, she was met with the exact same photo that I'd seen, except there was a hospital instead of a van. The after effects of the dream were the same too. She was horrified of hospitals and ovals for months onward. This brings me to my current disarray of questions and concerns. Who drew that entry in the hall? Had they had the same dream as well? What do these dreams mean? Does everyone have them at a young age, and if so, why? Why did it scare me and my friend so much? If anyone else has had a dream like or similar to this, please respond to this thread or DM me personally. I need answers. Me and my friend are scared. We need to know, for our own safety. This content was provided by angelotricarico.com.